the key takeaways for me is, one, the structure of the program was very good. I mean, it kind of saves a lot of time which goes waste at times. You just go on talking, and back of your mind you're thinking, what is this child presenting to me and what is he looking out for? So all that ambiguity goes off. Lovely. I mean, that part is lovely. Second thing that I really loved about this was to make your client talk in behavioral terms. Many a times we keep that control in our hands as therapists. So we are analyzing, the client is clueless, what is happening. I mean, with the writing, reflex that we all have, that happens. So that was good. And third thing which I really loved and enjoyed was learning how to put it online in the, typing it and putting it in front of your client. When we did it the second time, Labdi and me, we could see the effect of it. It was so smooth and it was so easy for us to do it then. While first time we were struggling to really get as to what we are wanting to do. So that was excellent. And I'm going to use not only with my students, but with all my clients now, because I've been using paper pen, saves environment ka bhi ho jata hai. Plus, my client knows what we are talking about and he takes responsibility, not my responsibility. He's verbalized, he's given me the language, all comes from him. And I think it develops a lot of insight within the client also. When the client is watching all that on paper, he knows where it is coming from. And I'm sure there is a deeper process going on within the client. That is what I love. It was well etched out. And my congratulations to you. I mean, it is good one. In a very long period of time, something has excited me, something that I've loved, and I'll put it into action for sure. And maybe work on it. I have few ideas which are there in my mind, which I will add on to it. And maybe I'll make it still more structured and much, let me see.
Perfect. Thank you. Any suggestions in terms of what we can do?
Suggestions, as I said, my work is usually with primarily with couples and with adolescents. There, I was thinking if I could make it into formalized booklet form, actually, session wise. This is something that is playing on my mind. If I do that, then work becomes easier and I can replicate it faster. It becomes more standardized. So, if I can present small booklet to my client that, see, once I show it to him and keep it with yourself, and whenever you feel the need, fill in and then we can discuss it. I think that to me would be a time saver. Plus, the therapy does not move only from session to session. It is a continuous process. That is something that I'm going to work for myself for sure.
Sure. Perfect. Super. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
Yes, please.
As ma'am said, it's very structured, especially when I used to take counseling session, the clients used to go on and on. After a certain point, even I used to get confused what they are saying. So we used to go round and round and round. It's already 1.5 hours. So that way, this is very good. But I have to learn those. I have to become tech savvy, like how to write it in the board and all. I don't know. I have to learn those things. Other than that, this whole process is very good, very structured. And last time when I learned that structured counseling, I think I got confused with that when then and I made a mess of it. This time I'm more clear about the when then process. So hopefully I'll be able to put it into a better use. And those activities with children are very good. I think I'm going to try it out with my grandchildren. Of course, they are too small for it now. Maybe in a year or two, when my granddaughter will grow up, maybe we both will do the activities together. So, any other doubts? I'm sure. And the main thing is, Nitin, I'm a great fan of yours. I always love to listen to you. Even when we used to have that online Tuesday, we used to have sessions. I used to look forward to your session, especially the one on OCD. I was looking forward to it. So I'm sure since you are very open and helpful, I would like to connect back to you whenever I have any doubts. Otherwise, I don't have any recommendation and all because I'm new to this field. So thank you.
Sure. Perfect. Thank you. Who would like to go next?
Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Nitin. In fact, it is really wonderful listening to you. I attended, in fact, lot of group talks of yours, and since that time, whenever I see your sessions happening, I really come and attend. I find it myself very difficult, concentrating on books or listening to people. But it's always your sessions are always like, I look ahead and attending 16 hours workshop was like impossible for me. But this I didn't find matlab, it's difficult the way you have programmed and structured it. It was really easy to understand. And I have done counseling MAs in psychology from IGNU, but I have learned a lot after listening to your videos and whatever you do. So thanks a lot. And the session was great. The workshop was great. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Any suggestions that you have, feedback in terms of what we can do differently?
Not as of now as such, but as and when I am going to use it with, I am dealing with marginalized children. So it is sometimes it is very difficult to get them to speak. But I think the suggestions you have given, I'll work on them, and let's see if anything comes up. I'll surely get back. Thanks.
Sure. Thank you. Who would like to go next?
I'd like to say, first of all, thank you very much. This was like an amazing experience, and I actually did not have time for it, but I managed to somehow create time, and I had to go out in between, but I had this on the entire time, the audio and the video on. So yeah, first of all, yeah, it was an amazing experience. I got to learn a lot, and it was very well structured. I did have like there's a lot of disturbance while I was watching this as well, because I kept getting calls and I had to go out. Yeah, so it was very well structured. And how confident do I feel about applying this? I think I still have to practice a lot. And since you said the group will be open, I think that'll be very helpful for us to keep coming back to it and, getting feedback from each other on how well we're able to apply it. And also if there's any doubts. And I mean, this goes without saying, everybody knows how helpful you are, and you manage to take out time to answer all my queries and questions, even outside of sessions. Like if I call you for anything, you are you're there to help. So yeah, thank you very much. And
Perfect. Thank you. Who would like to go next? So I understand at times right now you may not have feedback for improvement, but please feel free to get back to us after the workshop, because that was the primary objective of the workshop for us. Right? Okay. Who would like to go next?
Can I?
Yes, Ashita, please.
Yeah, so like I have, my second year of master's, I've done editing virtually only, but I find this session very interesting. This is my first session with you, and I'll look forward for more sessions. This was very interesting one. And the second thing is I actually love the whole process, like how the counseling takes place. It actually makes easy for us as I'm beginning, like my career in this field. So it was like you have to ask this. So sometimes it is confusing for me also and client as well. But as like you showed us virtually how to write, what things need to be done. So as a client, I feel it is much more easier for me also to jot down all the points. Then whenever I feel I can go back to those points. So the process is very amazing. It's very nice. Overall, I like it. I don't have any, like suggestions or something like that. Yeah, and thank you so much for this session and being so patient.
Thank you.
I would also like to thank Dhruvi a lot. She brought in a lot of energy and enthusiasm to this whole thing. And I felt more excited doing it every time I saw her. And like she brought in a lot of excitement and enthusiasm.
In fact, the course has actually been possible primarily because of all the work that she has done in the background.
Thank you so much, Dhruvi.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dhruvi.
Thank you, Dhruvi.
So one last request, if you could just
Boliye.
put up those steps that we discussed in the group, would be helpful.
I'll put them in the group. I'll also convert this document into a document and I'll share that.
That will be so nice. Thank you so much.
Who would like to go next?
May I?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, 2 days, wonderful session. And I think this is the first time I could sit and attend your session properly, because COVID times I used to attend your sessions, but not at the time when it is conducted, later on when my son is to sleep. So couldn't attend it so well. This time I am feeling fulfilled that, okay, I could understand more and gain more of, techniques and things which you have shared, how to deal with counseling. And as everyone said, that it is too structured, like properly structured, that you don't have to go around with the information which you get from your client. You just come back to one set of things and information and you work over it. I would like to have sessions on more of like how to handle the kids who are in adolescent age. So because recently we started with college students also. So 11th and 12th standard, they are coming for counseling. But like I would like to know more about it, that how you can deal with these students. So if you have any sessions related to this, would be helpful for me. Rest, these 2 day session, wonderful. It's like I could get a lot of support from this.
Pratisha, I would suggest that apply the same model even to the students who are in 11th and 12th. Then come back to me with the feedback in terms of where you're getting stuck. And I will then be able to help you better. That will be probably easier. Because I see the model should be able to work with them also. Yeah, this definitely I'm going to apply, but it's like more on behavioral problems, like those adolescent age, like kind of behavior they show. I would like to have something to work on their behavior, because most often it happens they're not ready to work on it. They are happy with whatever behavior they have, and the parents keep having issues with it, or maybe peer people, like they get affected through it. So how to go about it? I would like to know about that. So the primary thing that you need to do is just see if you can help them connect the new behaviors with the desired outcomes that they want to achieve. Okay. That's about it. Beyond that, this is a generic suggestion for all of you. You have to understand a person will only look at creating a change when the current situation is painful for them. And ideally, your client is the client who is experiencing the pain. The person who is the source of the pain is not your client. They are happy creating the pain. Your client really is the person who's experiencing the pain. So if the parents come and say, we are really worried about all of this, then primarily your work revolves around parents. As you start working with them, you'll realize that there is a ripple effect that happens on the teenager as well. Or alternatively, when a parents come and say that my teenager is doing all of this because of which I have a problem, but he is not willing to acknowledge that it's a problem, then the parents need to do something to make it a problem for the child. Right? That's also, for example, when people say that we actually tell our children, if you're not going to do this, then some of the perks that you have will be withdrawn. And that withdrawal of the perk becomes a pain for the child. And the child will come and tell you, मुझसे बोल रहे कि मेरे को phone नहीं देंगे. अच्छा, so वो phone किस वजह से नहीं? वो बोल रहे पढ़ो. So would you like to have the, now you can bring them around कि अच्छा ठीक है, so you are not studying for the sake of studying, कम से कम phone के लिए पढ़. True. So it has to be a pain point for the person that you're working with. That's important. So there's only two things, right? People either move away from a pain or they move towards a benefit. So you either have to connect their new behaviors with the benefit, or it has to be a pain that they want to move away from. Fine, sir. So just check that in. Who would like to go next?
I can go.
Sure. Please.
So first of all, yeah, it's very, very well structured, and I'm a person who likes structure and everything. So I guess that really, really worked for me. Like knowing what to do after what is really, really helpful. Also, the course stands true to what you set out to, just conveyed us that it will be covered, what will be covered. Because I've attended quite a few talks wherein the topic is something else, but they're entirely talking about something else, and they never reach the topic that they actually set out to like just convey. So that's something that's there. And just a suggestion that I have is the one thing that I faced with me and Harinder ji was, if y'all are two of you, y'all can just probably just drop into the breakout rooms and see how it's going. Because after we finished the entire process and I was doing it with Harinder ji, is when Dhruvi dropped in and corrected us and modified that. So if it could have been done earlier, I think we would have saved a lot of time in general, and maybe been able to do a lot more ourselves also. Because I think she was the primary one who did quite a few stuff for us at that point. So just a suggestion there. Rest, it's superb. Thank you so much, and congratulations to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you. So ideally in most workshops, that's what we do. But in this one, because we're primarily also taking what we are doing and what the timings are going on.
Right.
But when the workshop gets announced officially, it will be that during the sessions, we actually are traveling in the in the breakout rooms to see how things are going and how things are working out.
Yeah. So I think then everything will come together.
Perfect. Thank you. Anyone else who's left? Leena ji, are you able to speak? Can we hear you? No, I don't think she's able to hear. So Leena ji, again, you can also send me a feedback via text so that I at least know key things that you would like to add. We are all done, right? I've asked everyone. So one, I would really like to thank Dhruvi because like I said earlier, a major part of the work in the backend has been done by Dhruvi, and this course probably would not have been possible without her. I don't think we would have launched this course if Dhruvi was not there. I'm really looking forward to her conducting the entire workshop.
They are very big shoes to fill. I don't know if I would ever be able to do that, because I mean the level of expertise that you have is unmatched. But I am so grateful to you for genuinely giving me this opportunity and thinking that I am actually worthy of doing this with ICHARS. Very, very humbled by it. Thank you so much. And I really hope I can do justice to it.
That you will be able to. That is not an issue. If you have any questions, now feel free to ask about anything that we do also, that's okay. Officially, the course is over. So if you would like to move out, please feel free to move out. We can have casual chit chat after this if you would like.